My name is Ebinemi and welcome to Kidsbooksreviewng. Today I'll be talking about a book called Mouseford Academy, Drama at Mouseford by Thea Stilton. This book is about 5 girls called the Thea sisters. The name of those 5 girls are Colette, Violet, Pamela, Paulina, and Nikki. Those 5 girls are very enthusiastic and brilliant, always figuring out mysteries and traveling around the world.
Now, good day everyone, and welcome to ETT News. This is Ebinemi reporting live from Lagos, Nigeria. Good day everyone.
The princess had been captured by the evil queen, and also there's so many benefits. I got to walk in The air at Mouseford Academy was filled with excitement because that day the school was turning 600 years old. So, for a big birthday like that, they wanted to celebrate it with a big celebration. But all the years Mouseford Academy has taught, they always did a celebration. So now there was too many to pick from and they couldn't decide. Violet, Pamela, Nikki, Paulina, and Colette were wondering what they were going to celebrate the school with, because all those years the school has had its birthdays, they had wonderful celebrations. So all the people of the school board went to the meeting room to discuss. But Ruby is the main character of this story. Ruby snuck in and listened to the school board conversation. They were holding a play, Romeo and Juliet, for the school, and they were going to host auditions tomorrow. So, before the headmaster made the big announcement, Ruby went to the library and took all the books. Found out they were holding a play for the school for its 600th birthday. The play by William Shakespeare called Romeo and Juliet. So, before the headmaster made his big announcement, Ruby and her crew went to the library to go and get the Romeo and Juliet play books so they could study before anyone else. Because the auditions were tomorrow, they'll be the best at it and all get the good parts. When the headmaster made the big announcement that they were going to hold the play Romeo and Juliet, everybody was excited. The auditorium was filled with a happy vibe. So, everyone went to the library to get the books, and when the 3 sisters went to the library to see if there were any more books of Romeo and Juliet, they noticed they weren't anymore. Everyone has already borrowed a copy. So they had to wait for the next week before they could get a copy, while Ruby and her crew were already done studying the play and acting it out. So, the auditions were tomorrow, and everyone tried their best. Most of the girls auditioned for Juliet, and most of the boys auditioned for Romeo. When it was Violet's turn, Violet did her own very gracefully, pretty, and it was awesome. And it was Ruby's turn. Ruby did the same. So, at the end of the day, everyone got their parts except for Ruby and Violet, because no one got Juliet, because either Ruby or Violet was supposed to be Juliet. So, the next day, when it was time for the audition between Violet and Ruby, so the next day, it was time for them to audition between who they picked for Juliet, either Violet or Ruby. Ruby was so sure she was going to win because Ruby had something up her sleeve. she was going to do something horrible to Violet, so she won't be able to attend the play. What Ruby did that day was she gave Violet a letter and said it was from her friends to meet her in the big park in the school. When she entered the park, Ruby closed the door and locked the door, so no one knows where she is during for the play. But do you know what? Violet got out and still went to the play. I don't want to give any spoilers, so I can't tell you how Violet escaped the park. But if you really want to know what happens, I suggest you read this book. It's very interesting and it's a lovely book. It tells us about that cheating is not the only way to win, because at the end, Ruby noticed that without cheating, she can still do a good performance. I read this book a 4/5. The book was really interesting and lovely, but the only thing was that the ending was too noticeable. I could already know what will happen at the end before I even read the end of the book. That is why I rated the book 4/5. But on top of all that, it's a lovely, interesting, and full of imagination book, which tells us about 5 girls called the Thea sisters who make their way through journeys and travel all around the world. Once again, my name is Ebinemi. Thanks for watching, and please look out for my next review. And also, please follow my Instagram page, Kidsbooksreviewng. And also, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sisters Who Inspire NG. Thanks. Bye!